Hi guys, how's it going? So I just wanted to make you a little video presentation of what I've been working on so far. Here is the grayscale version that you requested. And I raised the stage height and some of those things. So I made this grayscale and but it's still in the neutral tones instead of necessarily white and grays, because you already have so many browns in the wood qualities of the building itself, and some of the other features have a lot of browns in them. I've kept this to a neutral grayscale that will enhance everything instead of competing a little bit. And then I put a very neutral carpet in here just for the visuals. I don't know if you're planning to redo the carpet in the room. And some features of the design here so 2-foot stage with the speakers, of course, built into the stage, I think would be the best. And we would determine the height of the stage according to the speakers and the framing necessary to build up for those speakers, because we'll probably have to build up a few inches to frame in the area for the speakers. So anyway, that height to be determined, and the stairs at that point would be to be determined. And so next, something I did here was I removed the step from this area so that you had a very natural division between the stage area and the stage area and the passage area, and kind of trying to create some natural movement for crowd control like we discussed. So I think this is one of those things that's like, this is the stage and this is the walkway. And it's very open. The sizing here is 48 inches at the smallest points. So should be pretty accessible. And I put some people in here for sizing. Okay, so here's the door, and something that so then I put this door also into the storage room from the stage area, but we'll talk more about that later. And here I imagine that you would have a ramp so that heavy equipment and things could be rolled directly from the storage room out here and then onto the stage easily. And that's kind of another concept that I used with the floor space here and rolling stage equipment and walking and things from here without level changes to the storage room. And then the stage is the only level change, and it's very high. So that's one of the concepts. I know that we talked about a staging room, but in effect, to not block these beautiful stained glass windows, I kept these drapes here that are retractable, and you can push them in and out according to whatever the needs of the event are. And that can be a very useful tool, and also creates a staging area without permanent structures and things like that. And I imagine you have some railing here and rails here for the elderly. And unfortunately, my program doesn't have too many things to represent that large screen TV, so I put a projector screen in some of the common sizing that I found online. So this is about 19 feet or something like that. The spacing here overall is 30 feet between these curtains. So we're probably looking at about, somewhere between 50, 55 feet overall. I can't quite remember. And I put all the band equipment on one side, and this podium kind of serves as the blocking for this area, but I left these large enough that they're very welcoming to anybody getting on and off the stage. So it should be a pretty natural obstruction without looking like an obstruction. And then here's my storage room. So earlier I mentioned these doors. Something that I'm concerned about is that if we put these access doors to the storage room from the stage, they're 2 feet off the ground, which would mean we need steps. And those steps would take up a lot of space and this is about 5 feet interior space here. So something to consider is maybe to keep doing doors, but instead of using them as passage doors, they're mostly equipment doors where you hide behind the curtains and somebody passes the equipment here to somebody in the storage room. And that's an easy, quick way to make set changes and things without having to make steps inside of here. Okay, so this is this is the design that I propose, but of course I will change it, and I have some B options for us. One of which would be if you would like more of a permanent staging room here, you can always extend this wall out here to follow along. You can put a door across here, and this is all the staging room, this is all the storage room. Everyone can still enter and access from here, and you have a bigger backdrop. So that is always on the table for this. And in addition, you can even bring it further and then put the stairs only front facing. So you have other options, but I thought this was a kind of a blended way to get all of the best features of the room into one area. But please let me know what your thoughts are, if you would like to move forward with my design services, and we can get into the details of the lighting and where you would like each speaker to be, and probably some trap doors built into the stage so that you can manage the wiring and the equipment easily, things like that, so we can get into the nitty-gritties of it. So please let me know what you think, and I hope to hear from you soon.